Tashidele, you're watching Tibet This Week with me, Pandit Chudun, where we bring you news on Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and Central Tibetan Administration. Let's have a look at today's headlines. His Holiness the Dalai Lama congratulates Omar Abdullah on election victory. His Holiness the Dalai Lama extends congratulations to Japanese atomic bomb survivors on winning the Nobel Peace Prize. Sikyong concludes official visit to Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Prague. Tibetan community of Switzerland and Liechtenstein holds second general meeting of Tibetan language schools. Representative Bawa attends 113th National Day reception of ROC Taiwan. Nagpur holds Tibet support group meeting. India-Tibet Coordination Office organizes awareness campaigns at Indian festivals. Brazil hosts the launch of documentary film Never Forget Tibet. Tibet House Japan thanks the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo for the Resolve Tibet Act. The 6th Young Indian Scholars Conference on Tibet Studies commences in Dharamshala. On Wednesday this week, the Dalai Lama congratulated Omar Abdullah on his coalition's success in Jammu and Kashmir's recent Legislative Assembly elections and his appointment as Chief Minister. He expressed his long-standing friendship with the Abdullah family and wished him success in addressing the challenges and aspirations of the region's people. On 12 October, His Holiness the Dalai Lama has sent a letter to Terumi Tanaka, Shigemitsu Tanaka, and Toshiyuki Mimaki, co-chairpersons of Nihon Hidankyo, congratulating them on receiving this year's Nobel Peace Prize. His Holiness the Dalai Lama praised the Norwegian Nobel Committee's decision to honor Nihon Hidankyo for its work in promoting a world free of nuclear weapons, highlighting the testimony to need to prevent their use. Having visited Hiroshima and Nagasaki, His Holiness expressed his understanding of the suffering endured by survivors and emphasized that the founder of Nihon Hidankyo represents the urgent need to eliminate these weapons. As a committed advocate for nuclear disarmament, His Holiness believes this award will inspire collective efforts, including from the United Nations and its member states, to eliminate nuclear threats. He concluded by urging humanity to overcome negative emotions and take action toward achieving peace. Sikyong Sitting arrived in The Hague on October 9 to begin his official visit to the Netherlands. He met with the Dutch Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee and discussed Tibetan issues with Dutch Ambassador for Human Rights Wim Geerts, who had raised concerns about the recent arrest of Tibetans in Derge. At the Hague Center for Strategic Studies, Sikyong spoke about the significance of the Tibetan Plateau and Sino-Indian relations. He concluded his visit by meeting with NGOs, including representatives from various communities and human rights organizations. On October 10, Sikyong traveled to Luxembourg, where he met with Her Excellency Lama Antiken, a longtime Tibet advocate, and the Les Amis du Tibet organization. He emphasized Tibet's vital role as Asia's water tower during a public conference and encouraged attendees to resist empowering China. The following day, Sikyong engaged with members of Luxembourg's Green Party discussing the situation in Tibet and the severe restrictions Tibetans face. He highlighted the extreme protests, such as self-immolation, that have arisen due to these conditions. He also gave interviews to local media. Sikyong then arrived in Prague on October 13 for the 28th Forum 2000, where he met with representatives of Tibet support groups to discuss plans for the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday. He addressed issues of Chinese repression in an interview with Voice of America and met with notable leaders, including Argentina's Foreign Affairs Committee Chair and former Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen. At the forum, he attended the opening plenary session and engaged in discussions with Czech officials about Tibet and upcoming celebrations for the Dalai Lama. He received strong support for the Tibetan cause from Czech senators. On the final day of his European visit, Sikyong met with Milan Vesina, head of Czech President's office, to discuss the Resolve Tibet Act and urge for similar resolutions in Europe. He also met with Czech Foreign Minister Jan Lipavsky, highlighting the historic ties between the Czech Republic and Tibet. Sikyong concluded his visit with discussions on Sino-India relations and returned to India for the 600th anniversary of the first Gyaltsen Gyaltsen. The second general meeting of Tibetan language schools under the Tibetan community in Switzerland and Liechtenstein took place on 12 October in Oerlikon, Zurich. Tibetan community of Switzerland and Liechtenstein President Kamachugi welcomed the attendees, while Kelsang from the Tibet Bureau in Geneva discussed curriculum development and stressed the importance of increasing student enrollment. Attendees reviewed and approved new textbooks for elementary classes 1 to 4th, and an education council of 5 members was established. The meeting concluded with suggestions for improving future language competitions among the schools. On 10 October, Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs hosted a grand reception at the Taipei Guest House to mark the Republic of China's 113th anniversary. Representative Kelsang Bawa of the Office of Tibet attended the anniversary, meeting key figures and raising awareness of Tibet's situation. Major attendees included Tuvalu's President Felipe Teo, Taiwan's President Liechtenstein, and diplomats from the US, Europe, and other countries. The event featured networking, traditional cuisine, and musical performances. Earlier on 4th October, Representative Kelsang Bawa attended Germany's reunification celebration hosted by German mission in Taiwan. On 11 October, a Tibet support group meeting was held at the Lohai Studies Center, Nagpur, organized by the Core Group for Tibetan Cause India and ITCO. Over 40 members from various organizations attended the meeting. Key speakers included Ashok Bondade, Amrut Pasot, and Tashidiki. The meeting focused on improving coordination among Tibet support groups and reviewing action plans from the 7th All India Tibet Support Groups Conference. Participants discussed recent activities, upcoming initiatives, and decided to form a committee for the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday celebrations. A Tibet awareness program was held at the Samta Sainik Dal camp in Nagpur, led by CN Vasnik, Sunil Sariputta, and Ashok Bondade, and inaugurated by ITCO Acting Coordinator Tashidiki. Participants included marshals from across India as well as members of Women's Regiment. Tashidiki's presentation covered Tibet's geography, culture, ties to India, and ongoing human rights violations in Tibet. Visual aids such as videos and maps enhanced the session, engaging hundreds of attendees. The program successfully raised awareness of Tibet's significance and its relevance to India. On 12 October, Tashidiki, acting coordinator of ITCO, attended Vijay Dashami celebrations in Nagpur alongside dignitaries like Union Minister Nitin Gadkari and Maharashtra Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis. Later, ITCO and the Core Group for Tibetan Cause India hosted a Tibet awareness event at Diksha Bhumi, coinciding with Dhammachakra Parvartan Divas. The event featured a stall themed Save Tibet, Save India, engaging hundreds of visitors with pamphlets, videos, and materials on Tibet's relevance to India. Tashidiki highlighted Tibet's struggles and India's support. She also met RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat, presenting him with a book and CTA souvenirs. On World Mental Health Day on 10th October, the documentary Never Forget Tibet was launched in Sao Paulo, Brazil by the Office of Tibet in Latin America and produced by Compassionate Films, UK. The film narrates the escape of His Holiness the Dalai Lama into exile, aided by Harminder Singh. The documentary will be available in Brazil on Apple TV, YouTube Movies, and Google Play starting 31st October and will expand to 120 countries over the next year, with a release in India in 2025 for His Holiness the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday. The launch featured an exhibition of photographs by Henrik Herra and a 3-day Sant Mandela program by monks from the Debu Loseling Monastery. Attended by cultural influencers, the event aimed to inspire the next generation about Tibet's rich culture and history. A special delegation will take a peace tree to 5 schools in Sao Paulo to share His Holiness the Dalai Lama's message of peace. In a related news, Mystical Arts of Tibet group held a series of successful events in Bogota, Colombia from 4th to 17th September, showcasing Tibetan culture through Zen mandalas and chanting sessions. These events, organized with the Office of Tibet and local collaborators, enhance cultural exchange and awareness of Tibetan traditions in Colombia. On 11 October, Dr. Tsawangyebo Arya, representative of the Liaison Office of His Holiness the Dalai Lama in Japan and East Asia, along with Tibet House, Japan staff and members of the Tibetan community, visited the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo. They met with Her Eminence Catherine E. Monahan, Deputy Chief of Mission, to express gratitude for the U.S. government's support in passing the Resolve Tibet Act in July. Her Eminence Monahan acknowledged the delegation's visit and pledged support for the Tibetan cause. The meeting included representatives from the embassy's political section who expressed their commitment to freedom and democracy. On Thursday this week, the 6th Young Indian Scholars Conference on Tibetan Studies began at the College for Higher Tibetan Studies, SARA, with Kalo Nozudoma of the Department of Information and International Relations as the chief guest. The conference featured expert speakers including Professor Ramu Manivan, Professor Vasudha Pandey, and Professor Sonika Gupta alongside Tibet Policy Institute researchers. In her address, Kalo Nozudoma highlighted the conference theme, Tibet and South Asia, focusing on Tibet's geopolitical importance, China's influence in the region, and Tibet's role in Asia's water security and Buddhist traditions. She emphasized China's occupation of Tibet, its impact on South Asia, and the need for more research on these connections.
So academic conference of this kind is very important because it provides significant platform for generating further scholarship and discourse, and your scholarly presentations and insights will become a valuable resource contribution to this very important conference theme of Tibet and South Asia.
Professor Ramu Manivanan delivered the keynote address discussing China's strategic dealings and the need for India to recognize Tibet's historical significance. The two-day conference organized by Tibet Policy Institute featured 25 young scholars presenting research on Tibet-related topics. The full presentations made by the scholars can be viewed on Tibettv YouTube and Facebook channel. That is all the news for this week's edition of Tibet This Week. Thank you so much for watching.